have the honor of speaking on behalf of the remarkable MPP class of 2012. In my application essay to the Kennedy School, I quoted a passage from Alice in Wonderland. "There is no use trying," said Alice. "One cannot believe impossible things." I dare say you haven't had much practice at the Queen. Why, sometimes I believed as many as 3 impossible things before breakfast. I applied to a master's in public policy at Harvard to help ensure that equality of life would not be an impossibility for the Alices in my beloved Mexico. I desperately, desperately wanted to be a member of a community devoted to public service. And so, on March 28, 2010, the day we received our acceptance letters, was for me, as I'm sure it was for you, one of the happiest days of my life. Empowered by the unconditional support and guidance of our loved ones, and the memory of those who have inspired us to serve for years, we have all been offered a number of selfless hands to guide us from impossibility to opportunity, leading us to be very grateful on where we stand today, this side of the river. Now, and for me being Mexican, that means a lot of things. Now, we don't have personalized sushi here, but we have one microwave right here in the tower, and I've tested this. This microwave is so committed to excellence in public service, you will put in your lunch to be heated for 45 seconds, and the machine will keep on shaking uncontrollably for another 7 seconds. Now that to me embodies the spirit of the MPP class, going beyond the call of duty. Honestly though, I hope that being here would help me confront my fears. I've been afraid of failure, of not being enough, of being too shy, too tiny, not knowing how and what to contribute to tackle the seemingly impossible. And I honestly believe we all thought that coming here would help us get a better sense of how to belong in the world. What is it that is our place and our duty? Now, maybe you share some of those fears, but then I think there's hope for us yet, and allow me to tell you why. In our first day of school, Debbie Isaacson told us to let our passion be our guide. Now, I took that as an individual lesson, but what I failed to consider was how much the passion of my classmates and teachers would help me not only throughout my 2 years at Harvard, but throughout the rest of my life. Now, I'm talking about teachers like Dan Levy and Brian Mendel. Whose incredible commitment to their classes confirm in a statistically significant way that in life, you reap what you sow. We're classmates who have come from all around the world, leaving the comfort of the familiar to tackle impossibility through knowledge, teaching us all that in life, you must walk the talk. Whether that leads you to Mexico City, where I'm from, Vancouver, Bamako, Kathmandu, Tel Aviv, or right here in Boston. I'm talking about classmates who have experienced great personal loss, and instead of choosing to live their lives inwards, have chosen to recognize the pain in others and address it head-on. Whether by helping a law student like me deal with STATA, or working on humanitarian aid around the world. Classmates who came to Harvard thinking that they had all the answers, and just being used to doing it alone in work. And in Harvard, of all places, we've come to realize one of the most important lessons in life, that the way to tackle impossibility is to understand the need to ask for help. Now, I could bring up every member of our community, and the lesson would hold true every time that what distinguishes HKS goes beyond being the best and the brightest. What makes me proud of HKS is the sincere commitment of its members to help others. Now let that be our legacy, and it will be a far more lasting one than a perfect record of success, which is unattainable for all those things in life that are worth being afraid of and are worth failing at. We leave HKS with a great sense of responsibility, gratitude, and a bit of sadness. Let us be grateful for having had one another, for being still daily with a sense of perspective, urgency, inspiration, and humility, because we didn't get all A's, except maybe Chris Over. As for the sadness, let me tell you, if you ever feel sad about leaving Harvard, don't be. Harvard will never really leave you. The Harvard fundraising committee will be on your case every day until you die. And I've been told maybe after that too. My parting wish for you takes me back to Alice in Wonderland. It takes all the running you can do to keep in the same place, said the Queen to Alice. If you want to get somewhere else, you must run twice as fast for as long as you can. I sincerely hope that you always run twice as fast as you can to defeat the impossible, knowing full well that doing this would probably mean you're likely to fall down more than the average oak. But I really hope that you do this in the company of good friends, friends like me who will give you a hand every time, in your great journey, which I know for a fact will always be in the service of others. Congratulations, class of 2012. It's been my sincere privilege.